Welcome. So cool. So cool, guys. This is a video by Diamond Miner Ivins. Who has found consistently interesting fossils in this creek that he goes through. Oh my god. I've shown in the past, maybe just for a reference point. Here, all these are from his channel, not these two. These are from his channel, and now these. And just for reference, this where there's this divide here in the Ammonite itself, and then it spirals out, and then here it starts to bubble. And then the bubbles, which if it's a fossil, well, then there's just fossils. But why are the fossils in the flow of the Ammonite? It doesn't really make sense. So it's almost as if they're bubbles and not fossils, but like bubbles that came out of the process of this Ammonite forming by the currents flowing in an eddy, and that then literally even formed like a larger system around it that then, like, as it decayed or eroded, the larger system remained more stable as like a nucleus, that the true nucleus was like the Ammonite that then in this instance had a bunch of offspring Ammonite, or offspring like discs that are just like planes of like I don't know. Then he found this one, which kind of disc-like. I guess it's very not truly distinct. Just gonna be kind of what I'm about to point to in the video. This one I talked about is just kind of wondering, maybe there's some relationship between this chunk here and whatever's going to happen with this, but I don't know. So I took a picture of it for that reason, but that's why that one's there. Again, the nucleus of the Ammonite inside of the larger disc around it, and then this one even has like a falling in like broken piece that the decayed, eroded, like softer underbelly material is no longer supporting over here, so it literally fell in a bit. There it is again in a larger region, which then has like the features going out this way, like in line with it, like it's actually seemingly in a relationship to there. And then this, where there's actually like an Ammonite out to this distance, as I draw there. This is all from this place where I'm about to, also this. I believe this is from that place. I don't remember seeing this, but it's probably from that place. It looks like an Ammonite back here with the, but then with a bunch of bubbles on it. I don't recall. I guess that's this one still. Interesting. I don't remember this one. I guess I never looked at it again. Unrelated but cool. Not in that, not his, these are not from, this is from there. And then there's these little like consistent windows being like carved into the side, that then an opening happens like periodically in a way that's reminiscent of shallograms, and also just other things that point to processes that's happening in this location where these ammonites are. Okay, that was another one that he found at another point that I guess I took a picture of, I think. And now, this is incredible. Notice this ammonite here that seems to cut off here, right? But if you really like continue, like it clearly continues here. But then if you think about it, like over here is kind of like over here. So really it looks like it continues even all the way over here. But then like this segment is literally like coalesced across this way into this region just generally, like it's related to. So like whatever is going on with this ammonite that then continues to spiral out this way over here is actually bonded like through like continuously. This flow of material goes across here. So he's going to dig this out under the interpretation that it stops around here, I guess. I guess that's what he envisioned, somewhere around here. Because he starts to just literally hit this here.
Sometimes they just free ride up.
Well, he already did. Now he's pulling it up. Okay, maybe I'll slow it down right there. Okay, with it all slow. Let's see. So we get a little piece breaking off, like out that way. Like really even more pointing to that this like curvature like energetically extends out this way because it doesn't like break smoothly here. And then this chunk just, I don't know if he looks at it, I think it falls away. Okay, it didn't have any like distinct ammonite thing that was visible there. So maybe it actually goes to here. Let's go back. Something I immediately noticed about this is it seems to have like this mud. It seems to go literally like here and then around and up this way, like not through this section here. Almost like a yin yang energy of the like the ammonite shell to this mud, like coming the mud material swirling in, and then the ammonite shell swirling up. Maybe it like swirls in and then gets kind of like congested, but then gets pushed through the congestion to create like layers that then stack on one another and create like a ammonite shape in a way that's like sacred geometry and standard operating procedure in the currents. And when enough energetically potent currents are present, right circumstances. But so it has that aspect to it as well, where it's not just an ammonite, like it's very much reminiscent of this shallogram. Let me pull it up. The shallogram. I'll bring them over because they're so cool. I'd hate to not just have them here as I look through. Specifically the one that looks like a snake wrapped around the ammonite. I don't know what, I thought it was like 50s, but I guess not. I'm pretty sure I scrolled past. There it is. There it is. This one. Very reminiscent of this one. The way the matrix wraps around and then comes in, and then the ammonites wraps around basically. Let's maybe pull this one up. Maybe rotate it twice. I don't know if that's quite like that. It's almost like getting smaller, inverse in this way, so it's not quite identical, but it's the same general thing going on where there's this like other material that is one with the ammonite but different, that's like a yin yang aspect that this stone especially like exemplifies in its nature more so than other shallograms. Like this one doesn't, just they don't have that shape. That one uniquely has that shape as far as I've seen, and this one here that we're looking at has a lot of like similarities in it. Maybe I should move out of that corner. This goes over, down, over, up, up, over, kind of like a hexagon with different lengths of sides. Hexagon, 8 sides even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know, some polygon shape here. Okay, okay. I was thinking also, like, these are, I've never seen these perpendicular or like angled in the mud. Like they're always within the layer, like along the layer. And maybe the argument is, well, that's how they like get preserved, is when they're that way, and so they tend to be that way. But like it's almost because like that's the like how, like if there's a drainage point, like it's not gonna be like draining into sideways. Like it doesn't really make sense. Like an intense drainage point from just, maybe even from just like the literal pressure of the weight on the materials that are still like more malleable at the time. As the waters receded, like the pressure, current flow, and just everything going on. Okay, so let's, I didn't mean to go back that far, I guess. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. At that point, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, there we go. Here we go. It's coming out. I thought it was there. There we go. Just looking at the shapes a bit. Like this big chunk is certainly in the shape of it, like generally speaking, it flows with it. It shows no signs of being like ammonite like on either side. Maybe closer inspection. Although I'm noticing, if you look right here, that line across, there's definitely lines going across this. Although this is on the other side, actually looks like this. So I guess that could be reasoned away. Oh my god, it really is incredible. Wait till he finally shows it, because I'm playing it so slow. Right in this area, it physically is like flat over here and then widens here. Like, is it not? It's abnormal. It is abnormal. This ammonite right here. Oh my god. It doesn't even, like, it's elongated looking here, maybe. It's kind of flattened. Flattened here. Like, perpendicularly flattened, maybe even. So those chunks that fell off seemingly probably would have had some of this, I guess, visible there. It also looks like it spirals. Like this is atop it. Like it spirals and then doesn't just wrap around, coil around it like a like like this, but it physically like goes atop it like more over like that. Not to like exaggerate it in what I'm doing, but like going over this way. Right here. This thing is not straight. It's not. It looks like it's bending. It's not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. Right there. That's
Still weird. It's just weird looking. Does anybody else think this is weird? Like there's two ammonites? And that right there looks like a complete ammonite.
it's like an octave. Like it moves up to the next energy layer level. Like this ammonite, it's usually one energy layer to here, maybe, and creates like a consistent ammonite shape. But then this one went another whole spiral, a half spin, a half rotation, a like it really is a half rotation from where it starts to widen to where it ends over here. In terms of where like its structure was stable and broke was at like that point.
Well, so weird. Behind me is the hot spot. And as you can see, it's still underwater. It's going to be several days before we get out here and check out all this area right here up on the bank. That's where the fossil bed is being exposed, and there's no telling what's going to be in the middle of the creek. Can't wait for the summer. If this video can reach 1,000 likes, I will give this ammonite away to one lucky subscriber.
Dude.
Leave a comment.
That ammonite right there is very unique. I would not give that Ammonite away. That's my thoughts on the matter.
Let's get this video shared
That is
out.
a nice Ammonite.
That's going to go to somebody's collection. Amazing.
Shit.
Making my way to the
Sure.
trail, and we passed an Ammonite up. Yep, right there. Let's take a look at it.
I like to look at the stones around, like, to see how they maybe look like they are partially formed, like right here, for instance. Looks kind of like it resembles the roughness, but it just hasn't formed as completely. Over here, like the shape of the rock, even. Down here, maybe.
This could be the giveaway right here. Woo-hoo.
Oh, that's
So far, so
that's a
good.
nice one.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Complete
That's
on this side.
cool. I like the right there too. Even the fracture in it, like, is cool.
Woo-hoo. Yep, that's
Whoa.
complete Ammonite.
What
Another
the?
giveaway. This video just needs to reach 1,000 likes. And I'll give away these bigger Ammonites. Incredible. Two nearly complete Ammonites.
The way that one is. Let's go back. Also, we found this one. Let's check this one out.
It is also in that hard mud.
Like the way it,
But it may
the way it's exactly flat. It's got this like overlayer from this material that like physically holds it, like touches its nodes, its terminals, and like almost like a battery plugged in. Boop.
it come right out. Oh, that did. See, that one came right out. Oh, it's got a little crack in it. But there's a complete Ammonite. Just pulled out of that water.
The way it cracked here. Oh my.
Out of that mud. Got a crack.
The Yorkshire Fossil Channel, they found a stone that he didn't open in the last video, but I'm like very curious what it's gonna look like in there, because it clearly looks like an ammonite and it's freaking huge. Like, if it's not an ammonite inside, be still very curious to see what it's like inside there.
Again, it though.
That
detail.
ripple is pretty cool. Oh yeah, that stone right there. I didn't know what to make of that. So there it is, sitting there. Part of like maybe like a flow coming down this way. Down this way. I don't know, some flow going down to some other flow and creating. Why? Which way is this? This is spiraling in and out. Maybe? I don't know. Just thinking, like, if it's moving, like a mud pile that's physically rotating as it moves in a current along, like, by running into some resistance that causes it to rotate as it moves, which then physically shapes it. I don't know if that's what's going on. Like, it almost looks like it's a drainage point. like an exchange point between layers. I don't know if drainage is like the exact appropriate terminology. It could probably be either like a drainage or a outlet, like up into the layer, a pore, an opening, some location that currents are like passing between layers through due to the flows around that are like currents flowing in the ocean that then interact in ways and sometimes produce eddies like this.
Almost passed this one up. Nice detail.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it. For sure, I can see the way this mud or whatever, this matrix on top is for sure too flowing. It's just too flowing. Like it shows a similar process to that. To how this was flowing around the Ammonite flow. In this case, it's much denser, more solid material around the shallogram when it's solidified. Whereas here it's brittle, easily breaks off, breaks apart. But it still like underwent the same processes, generally speaking, where there is this matrix flowing with the ammonite. So that's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day there. It's way too late, but I was just like, whoa, this ammonite, dudes. Maybe I'll just let it play one last time. I know it's really like, what in the... Just in case.
Very little pressure on it. Sometimes they just free ride up. Okay. Okay. A little bit of mud. Oh gosh, that is the ammonite.
Wow, look at that. What the heck? That is so weird. Look, you got an ammonite right there, and then you flip it over, and then I guess that's, yeah, the ammonite's just ripped in half. Okay, I can see what's going on here. Dang, it looked like there was maybe two. I don't know, this is weird. This is still weird. It's just weird looking. Does anybody else think this is weird? Like there's two ammonites? And that right there looks like a complete ammonite. That is so weird.
I feel like this chunk right here on the regular, although maybe this one actually looks more like ones I've seen. I was gonna say, like, a lot of times I'll find them as just like a U shape, like just this chunk. I was thinking maybe they like snapped off easily here in a way that just made it like consistently found like this, but maybe not without this chunk though, to the point where this is very anomalous to find it with the chunk still like there. Also the way this broke is real interesting.
Weird.
I wanted to look at, that's right, I wanted to look at why this is straight along the side before he pulls it up. The straight side is where? Straight side is there. That's not surprising. I'm pretty sure the straight side is like over here.
Okay. Okay. All right. A little bit of mud. Oh gosh, that is the Ammonite.
Wow, look at that. What the heck? That is so weird. Look, you got an Ammonite right there, and then you flip it over, and then I guess that's, yeah, the Ammonite's just
Yeah.
ripped in half. Okay, I see what's going on here. Dang, it looked like there was maybe two. I don't know, this is weird. This is still a weird. It's just weird looking. Does it? Still a weird. It's just weird looking. Does anybody else?
Oh my god. It's definitely weird. It's just not symmetric. This is like pushed in. Which could happen with like a bubble type of situation. Why would that be? Like, it's really. Let's go back. It's like over here. Like maybe it's like sliding.
A complete Ammonite. Man, so weird.
That's all I got. Alright, see y'all next time. Peace out.